I want to know how long Guyana gonna take rob in this fucking country. How long poor people must suffer in this country. Why you must eat cassava and plantain and the man eating high-tech prawns, high-tech this and Excel mobile and the white man, the Chinese man, them enjoying them fucking so one them pulling them 500 ounce gold every fucking wash. It's what really going on in this country. And you wake up Guyanese people. Fucking, I gotta work hard. Right now, me got thousands of sorrel and me got market for this country and people buying for $1,000 a bucket. The president said plant cassava and right now make a cassava waste. So what going on in this fucking country? What we must...
Hi everyone, good night. So I just saw a post of a child that is missing, a school-age child that is missing. And at this point, it is very, very alarming because within the last maybe 2 weeks, this is about the 8th post that I've seen of a similar nature where a child was missing and they were later found or something of that sort. Now, what makes it alarming for me is the fact that I would have seen a voice note or screenshots of a voice note going around from a group, a teacher's group basically, or a student's group, where a teacher would have shared concerns with parents where they're hearing that apparently kids are being kidnapped. Now, I do not want to alarm anyone, which is one of the reasons why I did not make this video earlier, because I thought that, you know, maybe 1-2 kids, they sometimes get misplaced, sometimes they wander off a bit and then they come back. That's something that happens in and out, and it shouldn't be happening. However, after seeing so many different posts of so many different kids, it is definitely something of concern. I don't think I've seen any official statements or anything like this. I haven't seen anything from the Ministry of Education. I'm not sure if they have put out any kind of notice or anything on this. But the question that all of this brings to mind is, why is this happening? How is this happening all of a sudden? And where do these kids go? And then they just return home or they're found? Hopefully, all of them have been found. I could not follow up on every one of them, but I have seen some posts where some of the kids actually were found, and I'm hoping that all of them have been found. And this one that I just saw, that she too will be found. Now, at this point, as I said, it is alarming. So it's just a reminder for us who are parents that we should be doing everything to keep our children safe. Remind of all the safety measures, all the safety practices, not to accept things from strangers. Do not go to strangers, even if it's people that they know that comes for them at their schools or wherever and says that mom or dad sends them. Make sure that they verify with you before they leave or have their teacher or somebody call you, and all of these things, because we really have to be careful. And I mean, I might step off the topic for a bit because of the fact that we have to be scared about our kids around the people that we know and trust more than strangers. And the reason I'm saying this is because oftentimes when you see something happens to a child or someone hurts a child, it's usually somebody that they know. It's usually a friend, a neighbor, the auntie, the uncle up the road, another kid's parent that they would normally socialize with, someone within your own homes, an uncle, an auntie, even, you know, a dad, a mom, a stepdad, a stepmom. These things happen, and we have to let our children know that there are ways for them to stay safe. We have to start looking at their safety a little more keenly, because I think that we have been very relaxed since we live in a country where those things were not very prevalent. You know, you would not find a lot of kidnappings and so on happening among children. But it's time for us to remind our children of all of those safety practices, not to leave their compounds. Do not go wandering anywhere without you around or without someone that you would have discussed with them, maybe a grandparent or somebody that you trust, that you can tell them, okay, well, if I can't make it, I will send this person for you, or I will send you out with this person if I can't go out with you. You get the point. So let's have these healthy conversations with our children. Let's keep them safe. Now, from the ministry's end or the education sector's end, what's happening with the teachers in the schools? Are we not putting these measures in place to ensure that if someone comes to collect a child, that it is actually someone that the child knows and someone that is authorized to collect them? I think that that's something that we should look at, because I don't think any of the schools have a system where you have to have a list of people approved to pick your children up, which happens overseas. And I would think that that would be a very, very good thing for us to introduce into our school systems here. Also, for parents who have a boyfriend or a girlfriend here or there, if they're not someone that you've known for a very long time and they have not been in your child's life, don't bring anybody in your child's life just like that and give them access to your children. That's things that we as parents do, and we fail our children many times because we put them in situations that causes them to get harmed. And I'm not saying that that's the case right now, but as we're discussing the issue of safety in children, these are all things that we need to think about. We all have lives. Yes, there are parents who are separated, who may have lost a spouse, who may have lost a partner, whatever may be the situation, and you have to have a life. But do not bring any and everybody in your homes. Do not introduce your children to any and everybody, especially small children who will not know, well, mommy and this person in that together no more, daddy and this person that together no more, but this person come for me at school, or see them on the road and go to them and say hi auntie or hi uncle, and you're not around. Now, what situations are you putting those children in when those things happen? Suppose that person goes to that child's school and collects them. Look at that situation that happened in Trinidad the other day. It was such a tragic situation where the parent of the child ended up killing the wife and the baby and was heading to the school for his own son. Fortunately, the school got wind of what was happening and they were able to lock the school down so he did not get access to that boy, or he too would have died like his mom and his sister. And these are things that we see happening all the time. So the question is right now, who can you trust with your children? And we should be having these serious conversations with our children regardless of age, because this is something that's very concerning. Now, coming back to the issue of the kids that's missing, I really hope that we see some sort of official statement on what has been happening and ways in which things are being done to curb these issues so that we can be in a safe space and we can feel safe having our children not only venture out to school but be around any environment, because we don't even know what's happening right now. So I'm just sharing this with you right now. If you're on this platform, you've been seeing these things, utilize your platform to share information that will be beneficial to people, to raise conversations on these type of issues, because at the end of the day, even if you're not a parent, you know someone that's a parent. There are people that looks at your content, who can learn from your content, who can be able to advise their children and the people around them of what's happening, so they can be on a lookout and ensure that the kids, our entire nation's kids, are all safe. Because at the end of the day, even though if it's not my child, every child is our child. Every child is all of our child. It's our right as adults, or our place as adults, to ensure that every child is safe. And if we see a child in an uncomfortable situation or in a situation that makes them seem, off, then it is our right to intervene. So do not see a child with someone on the road or someone taking a child somewhere and they look uncomfortable, they look scared, and you don't intervene and ask if they know who the person is and so on, because those are things that happens. And we can make little changes in the lives of people by just being present, by just being aware of what's happening and looking out for other people, even if they're not our own. So I just wanted to share this with you. I know it's a bit long, but I do hope that this encourages you all to share a bit of information on what's happening and have those talks with your children. Remind them to stay safe.